Yes, good morning, class. So the next topic it will be about physical fitness test. Okay. So when you said physical fitness test, this may include a repetition or repetition maximum of strength based exercises. Okay. So that will be the physical fitness test. Okay. So we have a different physical fitness tests include first is the standing long jump, next is the shuttle run. Okay. So it will be in the standing long jump, it will the use of the leg power, while in the shuttle run, it goes with the agility. Okay, so that will be the components of physical fitness na meron. Okay, next it will be is the 3 minutes step up, okay, for cardiorespiratory endurance, while in the bent knee curl offs is for the muscular strength endurance. Okay, so when in sit and reach, it will be flexibility. Okay. The lastly, it will be a torque stand for balance. So, lahat ng meron dun within the components of physical fitness, meron tayo sa physical fitness test na sinasabi. Okay. So, under that, we have these types can be quite helpful in developing a complete understanding of our current health. Physical fitness can play an important role in a individual's treatment journey. So that will be, we call it the physical fitness. The next part is, let's set. Maraming tanong. Sabi nila, bakit kailangan mag-stretching? Okay. So, bakit nga ba? Okay. First thing is to keep the muscles flexible, strong, and healthy. Next is help strengthen lengthen your muscles and improve your range of motion. Okay, it's better have a feeling good and helping to relieve muscles tensions and stress. Okay, so this is the reason why we need to stretch. Okay, so the question it will be, why do we stretch when we wake up? Ayan, that's always a question. Sabi nga ba? Because when we sleep, our muscles lose tone and fluid tends to pull along your back. Okay, the second is muscles are relaxed, the blood flow decreases, and our heart rate slows. Okay, stretching helps to massage fluid gently back into the normal position. Kaya kailangan natin mag-stretching pagka gising. Okay, so before we do the heavy exercises or movements, kailangan talaga natin ng stretching or we call it warm up. Okay. So under that, we have the three main types of stretches. Okay. So the first is the static stretching. Static stretching involves holding a position for a short period of time, 20 to 30 seconds. That is your stretch to be farthest point and hold the stretch for a short time period before relaxing the muscle. This is the safest form of stretching. Okay, so it means yung static stretching. The next is we call it the ballistic stretching. The ballistic stretching is use the momentum of a moving body limb in an attempt to force it beyond its normal range of motion. This is stretching or warming up by bouncing in and out of stretch position, using the stretch muscles as a spring which pulls you out of the stretch position. This is the most dangerous type of stretch because the bouncing action makes the possibility of injury very high. So it means this part yung ballistic stretching, ito yung dangerous kasi magkakaroon tayo ng injury na sinasabi. And then the lastly, we called it the PNF or the proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation. Okay, yun yung tinatawag na PNF stretching. It will be currently the fastest and the most effective way known to increase static passive flexibility. Okay, in this part, it will be the example. Another person who pushes and pull on the limb of body part being stretched. First is assist the person who is stretching. The person who is stretching contracts who is stretching. The person who desires muscle for several seconds before both people relax for a few seconds. Then the muscle is immediately about 30 to 60 seconds later stretch again. So it means ulitin mo ulit. But this time the muscle can be stretched further than it could be initially to be stretched. Okay. So the range of motion is increased after each stretching interval. So it means, example natin is yung pag-bend forward. Okay. So, umpisa is, syempre you need an assistant. Okay. Kailangan may mag-a-assist sa'yo. Okay. So, pull you down, pero hindi to the lowest part pa. Okay. Kung hanggang saan lang muna kaya, and then, ulit, out to 30 to 60 seconds, pull pa again, hanggang sa may increase at maabot niya yung pinaka-reach interval nito. Okay. So, yung tinatawag na PNF stretching. Okay. The next part is, we called it, ito na yun, aerobic exercises. The word aerobic means with oxygen, while the anaerobic means without oxygen. Okay, so ano ba yung pagkakaiba nitong dalawa? Aerobic means your heart and lungs work together to use the oxygen you breathe. Okay, exercise requires a greater amount of oxygen. You will take it more oxygen for the body to use. During aerobic exercise, the lungs deliver oxygen to the circulatory system where the heart delivers the oxygen to working muscles. Okay, so it means magkasama sila para magkaroon na oxygen. Okay, gamit nila yung oxygen. While in anaerobic is if you exercise too hard, too fast, too quickly, you will be gasping for air. So it means nawawala ka ng hangin. This means that need for oxygen by the working muscles is greater than your ability to take in oxygen, indicating a shift from aerobic energy system to anaerobic energy system. That anaerobic means without oxygen. So, yun yung pagkakaiba nilang dalawa. Aerobic uses with the use of oxygen, while the aerobic exercises is without oxygen. The next is how we get our heart rate. Okay. So, ngayon, usong-uso yung tinatawag na heart rate, yung mga sinusuot lang as a watch. And then, yung iba may nilalagay lang within the sa finger, it will be para makuha yung heart rate. Okay, yung beat ng puso. But, according to this part, is the training heart rate before they could any psychological benefit that could be derived from a cardiovascular exercise program. Heart rate must reach a certain target level. There are two ways by which the exercise heart rate may be determined. First is the THR, means training heart rate, RHR, resting heart rate, PA will be the present age, and then MHR is the maximum heart rate. Okay, so the first formula it will be is THR equals RHR plus 0.6 close parenthesis MHR minus PA minus RHR. So that will be the first formula to get your training heart rate. Okay. For instances, RHR for 10 seconds equals number of beats times 6. RHR for 15 seconds, number of beats times 4. RHR for 30 seconds, number of beats times 2. So that will be, tandaan, kung paano makuha si RHR. Okay, the next formula it will be is that THR equals close, open and close parenthesis, MHR minus PA times 0.6. Okay, so that will be the second formula na sinasabi. Okay, example, it will be the first formula that we use. THR equals RHR plus 0.6, open and close parenthesis, MHR minus PA minus RHR. It will be RHR, nakuha niya is 80, while the PA is the present age, yung edad niya. While the MHR, it will be the maximum heart rate. So, ilan yun na bilang? Okay. So, that will be maximum heart rate is theoretical figure in human psychology, where the heart rate can contract and relax at its maximum per minute. This is only possible among newly born babies where it can reach a maximal rate of 220 per beats. Okay, this figure is now constantly used in determining the THR. The 0.6 is a training intensity. In psychological terms, cardiovascular endurance may be developed if training stress is at least 60% of one's maximal heart rate. The training intensity may reach up to 90% depending on the type of activity and training required involved. Once the individual has adapted to the THR, intensity may be increased from 60% to 65 or 70% following the principle of progression. Okay, so again, that will be the example. RHR equals 80, while the PA or the present age it will be 20. MHR equals 220. Okay, so we will do the first formula. THR equals 80 plus 0.6, open and close parenthesis, 220 minus 20 minus 80. So it means your THR, it will be 152 beats per minute. So yung tinatawag na BPM. So yung beats mo, it will be 152. Okay, so that will be the first formula ni carbonence. The next formula it will be is the THR equals, open and close parenthesis, MHR minus PA times 0.6. Okay, remember the MHR is the maximum heart rate, while the PA is the present age multiplied by 0.6. So the 0.6 is the training intensity. If PA, example, it will be your age is 20. So THR equals, open and close parenthesis, 220 minus 20 minus 0.6. Your THR equals 120 beats per minute. So in terms to THR, it will be Carnovan's formula appears to be more intense compared to the second formula. The former is often used by more advanced athletes in their training program. For beginners, it is recommended that the second formula be used since the initial training heart rate is relatively low compared to Carnovan's formula. This will allow the individual gradually adapt to the intensity associated with cardiovascular training. Okay, so over that, we have the activity. Okay, the activity that you will do is the PFT. So the first is the PFT. So again, we have the different physical fitness tests. The standing long jump, the shuttle run, 15 minutes or walk or 3 minute step up test, sit and reach, bent knee curl ups, and then the stork stand. Okay, so you need to get that test. Titingnan nyo kung ilan. And then the second part is kailangan nyo makuha yung training heart rate nyo, the THR. Okay, so kung ano yung gagamitin nyo, it will be the first formula or the second formula, but it said that the second formula appears is more recommended for the beginners. Okay, that used in initial training heart rate is low compared to Carnovan's formula. Okay, again how to get your PA, that will be your age. The MHR is the maximum heart rate. Okay. Tandaan na